About a year and a half ago, I got introduced to this book, Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. And at the time, I didn't know I needed the book. It was just recommended to me by a friend, and I thought, okay, cool, seems interesting. So I got the book, and I was like, holy shit, this is something totally different. And to be honest with you, at the time when I first read the book, I didn't truly grasp it right away, but I knew there's some golden nuggets. So I went ahead and I got the full version of this book. And I can say right now that this book has completely revolutionized my life and my trading journey. I'm noticing that a lot of people are starting to get this book recommended, and I feel like now is a great time to make a video on this book. So here we are. In this video, I just want to go over the few concepts that have truly revolutionized my trading journey and ultimately my life, okay? So going into it, these concepts are not the easiest. It's gonna take some time. You may have to rewatch this video again, but to be honest with you, I highly recommend getting the full version of this book and reading it for yourself because it's worth every single penny. Okay, so going into that, let's just get right into it. All right, so the very first thing that I've learned from this book that really raised my awareness, first off, is the idea behind importance. So the idea behind importance, like the word says it for itself, it's essentially like anything you believe that will make your life better. So essentially, like attributing importance to something is like you essentially pedestalizing it, okay? So a lot of us, to some degree, have pedestalized certain things. I know I've done this with women in my life, like my ex-girlfriends. I've done it with money. I've done it with status. I've done it with so many different things. But I believe the whole idea behind importance is, first off, is the awareness. Like a lot of people don't realize they're doing it. And this is what screws a lot of people up, okay? But for us as traders, like what are some things that we tend to pedestalize? What are some things that we tend to make very important? One of the very first things I believe as traders that we do is that we tend to pedestalize money. Like making money is a big deal. A really big one is getting funded, right? I know that's a big thing for most people. And the lifestyle of a trader, because you know, everyone wants to get validated for being a trader, like you make money online. You know what I mean? These are all like very simple things that I believe traders tend to put a lot of importance on. But here's the thing. With importance, let's say this is you, right? And this is everything that you want. What you tend to do when you put something on a pedestal is that you create this energy between you and the things that you want, right? So it's like a bit of a tension, a bit of an energy that is placed between you and the things that you want. And what happens 9 times out of 10 is that this energy, this tension that we create needs to get mitigated. So in a lot of cases, like let's say you're in a relationship, you love your girlfriend, but you believe she's like the goddess, the empress, queen of the world, and she is to an extent, but shit has to go left, right? Because you created this energy between you and her. So sometimes like she'll break up with you, you get cheated on, shit goes left, old exes come up. This is because you built a lot of importance. But in terms of trading, we put a lot of importance on getting funded, right? There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of tension between getting funded. Why? Because you know it will change your life. You know that with getting funded, you're able to make more money, you can quit your job, you can get rid of your debt, you can live a great, better lifestyle. So when you're in the process of getting funded, you're in the whole evaluation stage and you have all this tension, all this pressure, a lot of shit goes left too, right? A lot of times you get into heavy drawdown because you over leverage, or a lot of times you probably have $500 left in your evaluation account and you just go, fuck it, and you full send, lose the account. You know what I mean? These are just examples that whenever there's importance created between you and the thing that you want, that energy has to get mitigated. But a lot of the times that energy gets mitigated from a series of unfortunate events. So the whole idea behind that book is to, one, have awareness as to what are some things that you're putting importance on. Like what are some things that are really creating problems in your life right now? And that all stems from importance, the energy that you create between you and the things that you want. So the thing that he talks about in his book is to how to get rid of it. That's like the most important thing, right? How do we get rid of importance? The first way to do it is to accept the possibility of defeats in the beginning. Right, so right before you go and try to get funded, you know, like you're sitting there, you have like the whole checkout button right in front of you. You want to come to terms with the fact that you may not actually get it. You want to be okay with the fact that, hey, you're probably going to pay for this evaluation account, but you're probably not going to get it for whatever reasons, right? Probability is on your favor. Sometimes like old problems come up and they run you, shit happens, right? But the idea is that you want to learn to be good with the account and you want to learn to be good without it. You feel me? So you want to learn how to feel amazing with or without the thing that you want, essentially. Because what kind of screws a lot of us up is because, again, is that anything that we believe that's going to make us better, we tend to pedestalize it. So you want to take getting funded off the pedestal by coming to the idea off rip that you're probably not going to get this account. In quite simpler terms, it's like when you're going to go put on a trade, you want to learn to accept the risk. Right? You want to come to the idea that you might actually lose on this trade. So when your stop loss gets hit, you're not emotionally volatile about it. Why? Because you've already, visioned in your head, I might actually lose. Same thing with getting funded, making money, and having this lavish lifestyle. That's how you get rid of the importance of it, is by accepting the possibility of defeat from the beginning. In the very beginning, like this whole concept didn't really make the most sense to me, but I dug a little deeper and I did my best to understand as to why do we want certain things. And what I've learned is that when it comes to the things that we want, it's not the thing, the actual physical thing that you want, it's the feeling behind it, okay? Because as human beings, we crave experience, we crave emotions, we crave, to feel different, essentially. So a lot of the reasons why you may want a lot of money, you want to get funded, is because it's going to help you feel secure. It's going to help you feel free. It's going to help you feel happy, right? Because you've accomplished something that was once so difficult. So you're going to feel like proud, right? Or you'll feel excited. And this is the thing that we want. We want the experience, right? We want the experience more than we want the actual thing. So the whole trick, the whole idea, so not only do you want to come to the idea that you may not actually get it, but the goal here is that you want to start tapping into the feeling of how this is going to make you feel right fucking now. You're not going to wait till you get it to start feeling those things. You want to feel these feelings right now, because there's a future version of you out there that's already experiencing having a lot of money, that's already experiencing having funded accounts, that's already experiencing that lavish lifestyle. So all these things to them at this current moment is already normal. So the idea is that you want to make getting funded normal to you, okay? By literally being that future version of yourself that's already experiencing all these emotions, that's already had his four funded accounts, and this is his fifth one. It's normal to them. So you want to live that future version of yourself right now, because the more normal you make making money, getting funded, and having this lavish lifestyle, the faster it's going to come to you, and the more you close that gap of importance. So the idea is that you want to make getting funded, making money, and having this lavish lifestyle normal to you by operating from the person that's already experiencing these things. Because at the end of the day, it's not the actual thing that you want, it's the experience and the emotions that you'll get from having those things. So you as a human being, you can tap to these emotions right fucking now. You don't need the thing to feel this, because you're a human. You can sit down and close your eyes and think to myself, how would the future version of me be behaving if he was getting funded? Let me tell you how he'd be behaving. He would just be following his trading plan, because his trading plan is the very reason why he's got these things in the first place. God, such a mouthful. I did a whole video on changing your identity called The Profitable Trader in You. I'm gonna link that in the comments down below, and it pretty much goes over this whole idea a little bit more deeper, honestly. But that's importance. Okay? So it's kind of like, how would the future version of you be behaving right now? And tap into that very version of yourself in this moment. The second concept I'm gonna go over is called coordinating intention. There's a chapter in the book called coordination. So coordinating intention is a subchapter in the book. And the thing that I loved the most about this whole section is that he talks about how you want to quite literally view every event or slash moment as positive. Okay? Because here's the thing. As human beings, like a lot of us, what we tend to do, anything that happens to us, we have like a fork in the road. We can either like view something as good or we view something as bad. Okay? And in the book, what I loved about it is that with this fork in the road, when you deem something as good, you deem something as positive in your life, you experience more of like a wave, like success, wave of good fortune, like good things just start to happen to you when you view things from more of a positive place. Why? Because when something is good in your life, you tend to vibrate at a higher frequency. So whatever, anything that happens to you that's good, you vibrate on a higher level, right? So it's good, 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 wave of success. But also the opposite is true. Whenever something bad happens to you and you view it something as bad, you tend to vibrate at a lower frequency. And in this case, you tend to experience a lot of the wave of misfortune, you know? The thing is that no one's immune to the wave of misfortune. Like shit happens to everyone. But what you do have control over is being able to view every single event to some degree, to the best of your ability, as positive. It's like I mentioned before, it's like for every loss that you have, there's a lesson to be learned, right? And there's a golden nugget in almost everything. So essentially in this chapter, what he's mentioning is that everything that happens to you, every event moving forward, you have a decision. Is this gonna be something good or is this gonna be something bad? So the whole idea behind coordinated attention is to view every single event as positive as much as you can. Because the more that you see things from a positive perspective, the more wave of success that you will experience in your life and especially your trading journey. But I know this is gonna get a little complicated for a lot of people because I know it's not easy to see things as good all the time because, you know, shit does happen, like you're human, like things just happen. But the whole idea behind that is do your best to see every negative as a positive, because the more positive experiences that you have, the more wave of a success you're gonna experience in your life. Okay? Because we all have the decision at the end of the day. It's like things don't happen the way that you want to happen, things happen the way that they're supposed to happen, but you have to let it happen. You feel me? The very last chapter I'm going to go over, or concept, that has truly revolutionized my life. Like this is the one chapter I've reread so many times, okay? And it's called The Mirror World. A lot of people call it like, you know, the mirror principle, I think it's called like the dual mirror or something like that, but it's like the mirror world. So the whole idea behind the mirror world is that like your thoughts reflect to you back like a mirror. So your whole life essentially is essentially a series of the thoughts that you have. And this is where it gets interesting because like I don't think a lot of people have awareness as to the quality of their thoughts truly, you know, shape their life. And this whole chapter goes over that. And my favorite thing about this chapter is that the author gives you examples of thoughts that you should have in your head that'll truly change your life. So what I've done for this chapter is I literally have sticky notes from this chapter, right? And I'm gonna go over every single one of these. And what I want you to do is to have a stack of sticky notes and write these down and have them everywhere. Because you really want to start having these specific thoughts in your head on a daily basis. These sticky notes are on my laptop, on my desk, in my bathroom, in my car, kitchen, name it. They have been everywhere, and this shit changed my life. So with that being said, let's just get over with the first one. The very first one I have on my sticky note is everything is always working out for me. This was a hard one for me to grasp in the beginning because when I first read this, it sounded great, but immediately I thought of so many things that didn't work out for me and that kind of quickly invalidated this. But as I've read through the book, as I've implemented this more, it's more of a focus. When you tell yourself everything is always working out for you and you have that in the back of your head, your mind is gonna find reasons as to why things are always working out for you. And the more that you believe it, the more that it actually happens. So it's kind of like when I was like discussing with coordinating attention, where it's like you have a decision whether it's something gonna be good or something gonna be bad. So if something's always working out for you, you tend to put yourself more on that wave of success. You feel me? All right. So have this. First one, you're sticky note. Everything is always working out for me. The second one is everything is happening as it should. This one's huge. Because again, we all have a decision on whether something's going to be good or bad in our lives. But what if everything is happening as it should? The weird thing is that we tend to create a script of how things need to be for us to feel okay. And we're very, stubborn when it comes to that. Like things need to work out this way, otherwise I'm not gonna be happy. You know that? And what if you're going through the valley of despair right now as a trader? Like you're just getting your ass smacked. You're on a losing streak. You've lost a few funded accounts. Your girlfriend broke up with you. Like you're just really going through it. But here's the thing. What if you had to go through all of that to be the trader that you really wanted to be? What if all this is all part of the greater plan? How would you feel? You just feel calm, you would feel at ease. Because hey, things may not be okay right now, but in the future, you know that they will be. And that's the idea, that everything is happening as it should. Because it's not happening the way that you want it to happen, but it's happening the way that it's supposed to happen. So the whole idea behind everything is happening as it should is to take your grip, right? And let it go. Let it go. Everything is happening the way as it should. Whenever I'm going through something, like that little quote helps me out so much. Because I'm like, all right, it's all part of the process. Huh. I allow things, people, and events to be as they are. It's kind of like what we just went over. Like everything is happening as it should. It's the same idea, but I think the most important thing here to really grasp is people. Because not only do we have a script of how things need to be for us to feel okay, but we are like that towards people, especially to the ones that we love, that we care about, the ones that, we're romantically interested in. Like we have this like, oh, they gotta be like this. But just like how things need to play out the way as it should, you want to give yourself people that same luxury. Like give people the luxury of being themselves, but also give yourself that same luxury as well. You feel me? So not only are we allowing things to be as they should, we're allowing people to be the way as they are. And that's hard. But if you can just accept that, if you can just let your grip go with how people need to be, you'll be much happier. Same thing with the market. Like the market's gonna be the way that it is. It may not be the way that you want it to be, but it's gonna be the way how it wants it, because it's an animal in itself. My world really takes care of me. When you come from a place of acceptance that everything is happening the way as it should, people are going to be the way as they are, and you realize that, hey, I don't know what's out there, but it's taking care of me. That's when life gets a little interesting, because like, you know, when we were kids, we didn't think about these things. We always knew that we can go out, play outside, and come home and know that we're going to eat food, or we're going to like, you know, get bathed and go to sleep. Like, we didn't have any worries in the world. We just played. Like, and we still have that in the back of our heads. It's just that as adults, we were some way, somehow programmed to believe that the world is against us. But in reality, that's actually false. The world actually takes care of you. Your world actually takes care of you. And it has been, and it always will. So you kind of want to relax into that and understanding that no matter what happens, your world is always going to take care of you. So no matter where you are in your journey as a trader, there's a greater plan for you. Just kick back, let things be as they are, and let it go, but understand you're taken care of. Last one. Things get better every day. The first time I read this, I remember I felt such a relief at first. I'm like, wow, things do get better every day. And it's wild to think about it like that. But it's true, because once you really start implementing every single one of these thoughts into your daily life on a moment by moment basis, things like will get better every single day. You can have the worst day ever, but if you come home and you read it, you know, you read things get better every day, it's like, oh, okay. It's all part of the process. Everything's happening the way as it should. You're being taken care of. Why? Because things get better every single day. So here's the whole idea. The more that you have these kind of things laying around the house and you're reading it, and you start having these thoughts as well, what's going to start happening over a period of time is that you're going to start noticing these positive changes. And that's your job. You want to start noticing the little positive changes in your life moving forward. Because the more that you start seeing these positive changes, the more you're going to start believing. And the more you start believing, the bigger the changes become. And you're going to be very surprised as to how much life is going to start working out for you. Where I'm at right now is literally because of this little sticky note and reading Reality Transurfing. So with that being said, please get the full book, read it. I made a short where I go over all the chapters that I believed helped me out the most. Go over that. Let me know what you think, and let's keep moving forward.